Hello, vaqueros. Mr. Lopez, your science teacher here. And today we're going to be doing a fun project. All of you love emojis. We all love emojis. We send them to our friends and our family. And today we're doing a DNA emoji project. And I'm going to help you out. We're going to read the instructions. Always read the instructions and the directions. And I will be doing one with all of you, and then you will get this assignment and complete it on your own. So let's read the instructions here. We see that I'm going to use blue. We see that the goal of the assignment, it's a DNA emoji project. So the goal of this assignment is to learn the relationship between DNA, genes, proteins, and traits by building emojis. Each emoji has a unique DNA sequence, and not just emojis, but humans. We as humans have a unique DNA sequence. Genes provide instructions for how cells build protein molecules. The proteins that are made by the organism determine its physical traits, such as height or eye color. Therefore, DNA is ultimately the blueprint of life. Your task is to read the DNA and then build the emojis with their trait for color, eyes, mouth, and hair. So we're going to read the DNA sequence of each gene, of each gene 3 letters at a time. So it can be a little tricky. It took me a bit to figure out how to do this, but once I figured it out, it was really fun. We're going to use the DNA decoder, which I will show you in a bit, to figure out the proteins that are made. And we're going to use the chart to see the traits the proteins cause the emoji to have, which is located, I believe, in slide number 9, all the way at the bottom. We're going to then build the emojis by copying and pasting the emoji parts from the last slide. So we have Jordan, and Jordan is an emoji, and we will be building Jordan's traits, his emoji face, which might be blue or yellow, or he might have a winky face or a smiley face with his teeth. And how are we going to build this emoji? Well, we have Jordan's DNA. And the DNA is here in this helix formation. And we're going to take its DNA code. And this is what it is. It's a code. And we're going to match it up and decode Jordan's DNA sequence and figure out which protein molecules to build. And we do that by figuring out what the genes are instructing us to do. Whatever the genes instruct us to do, that is what we will build the protein molecules from, and then come up with the different traits for our emojis. So we're going to take the first 3 letters, C-A-T, and then we're going to take the last 3 letters, C-C-A, to figure out Jordan's color gene. All right, and you will know what I'm talking about once you look and take a look here at the DNA decoder. So we have the proteins here. And we did this with the Darwin bark spiders. We had, remember those pink shapes that were oddly shaped? Some look like rectangular, others look like goldfish. And so they all have odd looking shapes, those pink shapes. Those were the proteins. And the traits, like your eye color, your face, your eye color, the way your mouth is shaped, your teeth, your tongue, whether you have straight or curly hair or bald hair or baldness, I should say, no hair at all. Um, and so here we have the proteins. These are the proteins. The proteins then take shape and form the traits. These are the proteins, and the proteins form curly hair, or the proteins might form straight hair, or the proteins, there might not be enough proteins, and you end up with a bald emoji. Okay, so this DNA decoder is the key to figuring out what we need. I found it very helpful to have a piece of paper, and I will show you why. We have Jordan, and we want to figure out Jordan's color gene. So what we will do is look at the first. Which pen color should I use? Let's go with something that stands out. Black. Okay, so we have, that doesn't really stand out. None of them are going to really stand out too much. We have CAT. We're just going to look at these three first. Okay, so I'm going to write Jordan just on a sheet of paper. I'm writing Jordan. There it is. And I'm going to write color gene. And I'm going to write those three letters, C-A-T. Okay, so I wrote those three letters, C-A-T, for color gene, C-A-T. I will be coming back and writing the rest of the sequence, C-C-A, but I'm not going to do that yet. Hopefully you wrote that down. I'm going to now go to the DNA decoder, and I will be looking at the instructions. The instructions read each gene in the DNA 3 letters at a time, which is what we did. We read the letters and we came up with the word cat, C-A-T. It says start in the center of the chart and read outward. For example, the sequence cat codes for triangle. So we have the letters C-A-T that we copied from Jordan's DNA sequence for the color, and we're going to start from the inside. So we're only going to focus on these letters first. And we have the letter C, right? So we have the letter C. And then from the letter C, we're only looking at, now we're going to look for, we're going to start in the center. We started in the center. And now we're going to read outward, C, and now we're going to look for the letter A. That's the letter T, G, C, A. There's the letter A. So C, A, it's like we're spelling the word cat. CA, and now we're only focused on, again, reading outward, and we're looking for the letter T, and there's the letter T right there. So C, C, A, T, and we end up with a triangle. So I'm gonna draw a triangle. So I drew a triangle on my notes, and now I'm going to I'm going to clear screen because we figured it out, and we're going to head back to Jordan, and we're going to look at his DNA sequence, and we figured out this one, right? Now we're figuring out the last three, which are the letters C, C, and A. We're going from left to right. CCA. So I'm going to write CCA. I've written CCA. And now I'm going to go to my DNA decoder. And I'm going to start in the center. And I'm going to read outward, trying to locate C, C, A. And which protein I will need to build for Jordan's color gene. So here's A, here's T, here's C, here's G. I'm locating C first. C, there it is. So now I'm only focused on this area. Okay, so this is a second part to the video. Mr. Lopez's computer crashed. So we're going to start where we left off, and we were looking at, whoa, that is not it. We were looking at looking for Jordan's DNA sequence code for color gene, which is CCA. So C is here, okay, and we're looking at, now we're just looking at this area, okay, and we're looking for C. We're going to read outward the letter, so we're looking for CCA. CCA, C is there. Now we're looking at these four letters. We're looking for C. There it is. So we have C, C, and right here we need to locate another C. I'm sorry, another A. And there is the A, so CCA, which is this shape. So we have the triangle, okay, for CAT, and we have the Pac-Man looking shape. So the triangle and the Pac-Man looking shape, we have to locate this. We have to locate these protein molecules here in the protein category. Where do you see it? There it is. And I'm also going to write it here because it's also good to write it down. So we have the triangle and we have the Pac-Man looking shape, right? The triangle and the Pac-Man looking shape, which give Jordan its color gene of a yellow face. So there's two kinds of faces. There's either a yellow face that you can put on your emoji or a blue face. Okay. So I mean, looking at the DNA code, so you also have what? You have normal eyes, heart eyes, or wink eyes. For a mouth, you could have either a round mouth, or you could have a wide mouth. A wide mouth or a round mouth. looks like, so for hair, you have these three categories, okay? So we're going to put a yellow face for Jordan. So we're going to go to the chart here, and we're going to look for a triangle with a Pac-Man, that's the protein. Those are the protein molecules that the genes instructed us to build, which come up with those proteins translated into traits would build a yellow face. So we hover over it, we copy, we right click, and then we copy, and then we right click, we copy, leave it alone. I didn't need to do that. And I'm going to go to Jordan, and I'm going to put right under Jordan, right click, and there's Jordan's face according to its DNA code. Now we're going to look at Jordan's eyes. Are they going to have heart eyes? Are they going to have regular normal eyes? Let's find out. So we're going to look at the DNA sequence. We're just looking at the eyes, right? And we're looking at the first three letters. The first three letters instruct us to have a DNA sequence code of TAT. So I'm going to write eyes, and then I'm going to write TAT. And then I'm going to look at the next three letters, which are TGC. TAT, TGC. And I wrote it down. Because it's just going to help me. So the color eyes for Jordan will be TAT. That's one protein molecule that it will build, and TGC, that is the second set of protein molecules that the genes are instructing us to build. So I'm going to go to my DNA decoder. And according to my DNA decoder, let me write this on the screen so that you guys remember. We have for eyes, we have TAT. We're going to look for TAT first. We always start here, and we look for the first letter, T. There's T. A. Now we're going to go outward, A. We're going to look at these four letters, and there it is, A and T. And the T is located right there. So we have TAT, and it is this shape right here, which looks like a blast of some sort. And so now we're going to look for TGC. TGC. So we're going to start inward. There's T. There is G. And there is C, which is this symbol here, which is kind of like a stop, like do not cross, do not come in, beware sign. So we have these two signs. We're going to look for these two signs here in the protein category, which is right here, right? It's this one and this one. There they are, the proteins. They instruct us to build this trait. They instruct us to build the trait for normal looking eyes. Normal looking eyes. So we're going to go to our chart, and here it is. Here are the proteins, and here are the normal looking eyes for an emoji. We're going to right click, click copy. We're going to go to our emoji for Jordan, and we're going to paste those normal looking eyes for Jordan. And now we're looking to build Jordan's mouth. Jordan's mouth has the DNA sequences of ATT and AGT. ATT and AGT. Yeah, see, and I'm writing it down. And I'm also writing down that we're building the mouth for the emoji. So the mouth, and we have ATT and AGT. So we're going to look for those 3 letters in our DNA code decoder. And we have ATT. So there's A. We're only looking at this part of the circle. We're not looking at any of this, just here. A, and we're going to go outward. T. Do you see a T? Oh, there it is. And T, which is the star. Let me write it down here so you guys can see. A T T A T T. From the inward outward, ATT, and then that protein looks like a star, and now we have AGT. A is located here. The G is, well, let me go with a different color. A, G. Now I'm only looking here. T, there it is. And we have the Pac-Man looking protein molecule. So we have the star and the Pac-Man, star and the Pac-Man. Star comes first. There's the star, and there's the Pac-Man, and it looks like Jordan will have teeth showing on that. That will be his trait. So let's click all the way at the bottom, slide number 9, and look for teeth. There it is, and there's the star, and there is the Pac-Man. We're going to copy Jordan, paste, teeth. And now we have the hair gene, So we have CAA. I'm going to write that down. So we're going to find out what kind of hair our emoji will have. CAA. It's always the first 3 letters. And CAA. Will it be building the same protein molecule twice? It looks like it, right, guys? Okay, so we're looking for CAA. CAA. Let's look for, we're going to go inward, then outward. C. Looking for A, there's the A, and we're looking for A here only. And there it is. And we have this cross, right? Didn't draw it very well. And do we have to locate CAA again? No, it's CAA, it's the same one. So 2 crosses, where can we locate them? Here they are. He's bald, no hair. So we go to our chart, bald, no hair. That's it. We're done with Jordan, folks. And that is how you read the DNA and then build the emojis with their trait for color, for their eyes, for their mouth, and for their hair. Okay, and if you hopefully you're able to do the rest of these on your own. You will be building an emoji for Peyton, for Pat, for Morgan, for Jamie, and for Corey. And if you need any help, of course, you can always reach out to me. And this is a video, so you can always rewind and pause. Thank you, folks, for working today. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Take chances, make mistakes. Get messy. Get messy. Take chances, make mistakes.